Simple ways exercise can improve your sexy time life. Because who's going to say, no, I don't want to improve it?
I like it to be just okay.
It could be great already, but there's always room for
There's
improvement.
always greatest.
Yes.
You could be goated.
And you can always look forward to the greatest experience between two lovers.
All right, Carol, pay attention.
These are for the men as well, Jason, so you pay attention.
Well, I don't want to improve mine like that. Because it's torture if I'm already there.
Yeah.
So I'm ready. Like, if I'm not getting it, then it's like torture, so I would need it less. That's because of the wand, but go ahead.
There's always room for improvement.
Carol,
always.
go. Listen.
For example, the exercises that will help improve your sexy time life, cardio.
Oh,
And it's just the truth. There are whole commercials that say,
man.
my heart is healthy enough for sexual activity. You remember that commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at first you're like, what? That's a weird thing to say. But cardio and sexy time, your sexual health, go hand in hand.
You know, funny thing, because Jason's talking about being wanded, that's for his erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
No.
That used to have it. But like Viagra or whatever, all the commercials are like, are you healthy enough? So if you need it, more than likely you're probably out of shape.
Yeah. Could be.
And you could have some heart issues, blood flow issues. You're having blood flow issues for sure.
Yes.
So you take something that like jacks your heart up when your heart's already
Well, yeah.
Well, I heard that
scary.
Viagra is like just kind of makes the blood flow better. So why would, you know what I'm saying?
But all the commercials are like, check with your doctor first
It
if
does.
you have heart issues.
But I think it's kind of, you know how it is. It's like the side effect of it, you got to watch out for. Don't have high blood pressure, low blood pressure.
Right.
But I think it actually, in some cases, when it actually increases blood flow
No,
overall.
that's what it does.
Which can be bad if your valves ain't clear. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So
You're
you're having people who
fatty or whatever they call it.
your fat blockages or
you got
whatever.
How's your cholesterol?
all that plaque.
Because it does say
Right.
Viagra, which is another term for drug, is also used to treat hypertension, like high blood pressure in the blood vessels that supply the lungs.
Yeah.
So it says don't use it if you ask your doctor if you have high blood pressure, but then it says that's what it's like for. So it's like weird.
Well, I think anytime you're
Take
just
two
going to
birds, one
take
stone.
those kinds of medications, it is best to let somebody know that you're on them
Yeah.
and be prescribed, instead of just like maybe buying off the internet.
Right.
Because I mean, if
Yeah.
that's what it's for, and
Yeah.
you're already taking medication for it, it's like doubling up.
That's
yeah.
my point. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Then-
just funny the people that are probably don't need to be taking. They need it, but they probably shouldn't be taking it in many instances
yeah.
because they're already doing some stuff that could mess with
Yeah.
their heart.
And we're in this country, requires a prescription. Other countries like Mexico, you walk right into the store and get it.
Get your boner pills.
Where are you going next week?
Yeah.
I already got wanded, man.
That's why you're going.
I already got wanded.
That's what it
That's
is.
why you're
That's why he's going off resort.
Right.
I didn't know they had the main
Wand.
pharmacies
Get
right
those
across.
Whatever.
highly illegal boner pills.
Yeah.
They're legal.
Just get the sketchy
No.
rhino one from the gas station.
No, you're going to find the ones that are illegal in Mexico, even just for danger.
Yeah.
Because you like the touch of danger.
That is very, very dangerous
Yes.
here, though, because fentanyl and all that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Another way that you can improve your sexy time life. These are simple exercises you can be doing. Kegels for everyone. Typically, we hear Kegels are just for women, where it's like has to do with your strengthening your pelvic floor, especially if you've maybe had a baby. Strengthening your pelvic floor, and you
Kegel.
have a pelvic floor, and I have a pelvic floor, men and women.
How do you do that?
So here's how you have to practice it. Okay, you guys are all going to practice with me.
Okay.
Okay, you are going to imagine that you are going number one. And the release, which now is like
Oops, I'm going.
second nature to you now. You don't even have to think about it. You just
Right.
release, right? So imagine the release and then holding it. But the trick here is when you're holding that muscle, you're contracting the urge to pee, you have to let your rest of your body be relaxed. And I find that incredibly difficult.
All right, see? Okay.
So pretend like you're holding in pee
Okay. Yeah.
and make sure, now hold in the
Kind of
pee.
like holding in a fart.
No, holding in your pee.
It's a similar feeling. It's similar. You're
Maybe
clenching.
for men, yeah.
Maybe. If I'm holding in a fart, I'm clenching my butt, not my pelvic
It's
floor.
similar. That's all real
Is that
close
different
together.
for men?
It's all real close together.
It is close.
It's close, a little different.
It's all your
It's
grundle.
a little bit different, but it's similar feeling. It's not quite
Okay.
the clench of the butt cheek.
Not-
Clench your
yeah.
taint.
But then,
Yeah,
yes,
it's like the
clench
taint
that.
area.
But make sure that your shoulders are relaxed and the rest of your body.
Oh.
I can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Very difficult to do.
We may need some mood music.
Okay.
Okay.
That works.
Get
Okay.
My Kegel's on.
Feel like you're about to go to the bathroom, number one.
Okay.
Number one.
Number one.
And then you're stopping that urge
Don't go now. Don't go.
with the rest of your body relaxed. And if you
Okay.
practice that over and over and over, it's great for your pelvic floor.
Well,
strengthening.
let me ask you something. Now that you just said that, because I noticed the feeling.
Yeah.
And this might not be relatable to you, but when the guys here on the show, when you go to the bathroom, number one, pee, and do you let everything just go and then all of a sudden you wiggle, or do you at the very end like kind of stop it?
Mine's
that's
always
the
like
same
the
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the same feeling.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when you stop it, that's that muscle.
Oh yeah, to get
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
access out.
Yeah.
If you're trying to
Yeah.
stop midstream,
Okay, that's your muscle.
that's the
Yeah.
muscle. It hurts. That hurts bad.
That's your muscle. And as a matter of
My
fact,
muscles on fire.
everyone who's ever recommended doing Kegels in my life say that you should not really ever practice this while you're actually going to the bathroom. Like you can do it quickly to feel which muscles you're supposed to be using, but you can give yourself a UTI if you're practicing it too much while you're actually going.
You just hear,
So-
you just hear your man or woman
Oh,
in the
yeah.
bathroom just peeing and stopping, peeing and stopping, peeing and
Yeah,
stopping.
you can do
Oh,
it to identify the muscles,
They
but
want sexy time. Yeah.
practice when you're
Okay.
not going to the bathroom.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
So the hard part for me is
It's
like
relaxing.
relaxing the rest of your body while you're still contracting that muscle.
This is so
Yeah.
interesting about this whole entire thing with the pee thing, because it's no, I'm serious.
I'm
It's
so
a
glad.
Kegel. That's what you just said. Exercises are intentionally contracting and releasing. Darn it. Releasing the pelvic floor muscles. Here's how to get started. And it does talk about stop urination midstream.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can do it.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't do it often because it can create a habit of contracting while urinating. But it
What
does
have I
say,
been saying?
but
Yeah.
it does say you should do it once a month because this does build up that pelvic floor.
Yes.
Once a month.
And how does it help your sexy time though?
Because when you have a strong pelvic floor, it can bring about great
More pleasure.
yes, the moments.
Oh,
Great moments when it's strong and healthy.
I'm never gonna pee
Oh
again.
yeah. Yeah.
No, you should. You just gotta practice not.
Practice like I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
And men typically think that, I don't. Kegels aren't for me. Yeah, they are. Everybody has a pelvic
Okay.
floor. So it's something that you can do just while you're sitting here. When you're
Yeah.
driving to work, when you're sitting on the
Right now.
subway, when you're in the grocery store, you can practice standing up, you can practice sitting down, laying down, wherever you are.
Wow.
Our show's gonna have the strongest pelvic floors. We're seriously
Right.
just sitting here, just
The number one.
number pelvic floor station.
What I wouldn't give to have that title for real.
right.
For real. And then also another thing you can do to improve your sexy time life, strengthen your core. I know. I
Like
know.
doing planks or whatever.
Doing the plank, and doctors say that you can start very small. So if you get down into plank position, which is starting, you're on your elbows, or at least I am. I'm on my elbows, and then you plank your body out, and then you're on your tiptoes. That makes sense. In a plank position, you can just hold it for 5 seconds. Work up to 10 seconds. Some people can. How long did you hold a plank for once?
Well,
Not
me
as long
and,
as
me
me,
and
but
Squid
Jason-
did
yours?
it, but
Jason was all right. Yeah.
well, he did win at the end at the last second, but it was like 4 minutes.
It was a long time. Yeah.
You held it for a long
I
time.
was shaking like
yeah,
like
we were both
viciously.
violently shaking.
Well, planking is really great.
Which is that's one way to have sexy time.
That's
just
one way.
violently shaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you engage all your core muscles at one time, it's really great for arousal.
Okay.
And also extending the amount of time that you have
Oh,
sexy
wow.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, and plus
That's interesting to me because the more aroused I get, usually it's the shorter extension of the time, if you know what I mean.
Does it? You're saying maybe it helps with the veracity of your arousal?
yes, and also your movements. Like you're able to go longer because you're not as winded because you're using your core muscles.
Okay, yeah. I
Or you're
see
not
what
as
you're saying.
tired. I mean,
Yeah.
because you're able to use your core. I have no core, so I don't know.
Have you
I'm
seen
not
that
sure.
video online? There, people aren't naked or anything, but it's a guy says, "Why don't you do it?" Like to his wife, like, "Why don't you be the man?" And she's like thrusting for like 30 seconds, and she starts getting super tired.
Oh.
Has
Yeah.
anyone not seen that? It's
Yeah,
haven't.
actually, it's not that easy, is
yeah,
it?
it's like not that easy. She's like shaking and stuff.
Yeah, it's
and
like-
she's like, "This is a lot of freaking work."
It's like 30 seconds is a long time, isn't it? Yeah.
And you're just laying there.
I mean, oh gosh, I don't know how to ask that. Well, we
She,
we
like-
played the warning.
Yeah, she played the warning,
Yeah.
and they're not naked.
Okay.
It was just like, "Why don't you see what it's like?" And she's like trying to pretend
But-
like she's thrusting for 30 seconds to a minute, and she gets super winded.
So does that mean they never switch positions?
I think just the way the guys have to do it, it's
Yeah.
more work than you think.
She was impersonating the man.
The man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how you get down, Katie,
Because
but I'm saying
the other ways, when you're, that's quite a workout as well.
it can be, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, if you are.
There's
switching-
nothing worse than being winded during sexy time. It's embarrassing.
I,
I mean, if I'm getting points for it on my smartwatch, then fine.
Well, it is
Winded, though,
it's
you're-
sexy time. I mean,
I'll take
exercise.
it. If I'm getting exercise points.
Sometimes, like, I feel proud. I'm like, woo. Like, yeah, like,
But being
exercising.
winded
Yes.
during, where it's
Winded.
noticeable.
Okay, yeah, maybe not like,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No, like working up like
Coughing.
sweat and stuff.
There's
yeah.
also a difference between being winded and then just being out of breath.
That's different.
Yeah.
There is
Oh,
a
yeah,
difference.
yeah,
Like
okay.
if you're when you're winded, I feel like you're out of shape. But if
That's
you're
what
out
I'm
of
saying.
breath, you're like, oh man, like I just worked it.
Yeah, those two different things.
Yes,
Right.
They are. They are.
Or if like Matt lays on top of you, out of breath right
Not
away.
anymore. He's
I'm
lost
saying-
100 pounds.
Yeah, the difference in
Yeah.
out of breath and can't breathe.
There's two
Yeah.
different.
Two very different situations.
Right. And then finally, the way that you can improve your sexy time life, work those hips. Because we sit so much now that all of our hips, men and women, are extremely tight. And so then that puts a limit on the amount of work that you're able to do while you're doing it because your hips start to hurt.
What do you do?
So you have to stretch. You
Dance
have to
to
do a lot of
Shakira.
stretching. You have to do a lot of, one doctor recommends doing, I even hate the sound of this, kettlebell swings.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. That's a real workout.
Said that it's a rhythmic movement of flexion and extension in the hips. And then any movement you can do where you're bringing your knees closer to your chest is stretching out your hips as well.
I saw a video one time online. A guy was like exercising for sexy time, but he
Yeah.
was just like on a treadmill, like thrusting. Or every exercise was very like kind of inappropriate looking. But he's like getting ready for the weekend. He's doing like every position you can imagine that you would not see anyone in the gym actually doing. Very funny.
I like where your algorithm's going. 2 videos you have referenced.
Obviously, I watch a lot of workout videos. Hilarious. Yeah. This is great. Good stuff.
He's like, no, they're fully clothed. I promise. They're
No,
fully
they are.
clothed.
You've
Yeah.
seen my search page on Instagram. It's boring.
I'd like to see it now.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah. I got nothing to hide. Yeah, nothing to hide. And I can if I want to.
I hope that those help you in your sexy time
Thank
life.
you, Katie.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I have a lot of stuff that says this. I think Vin Diesel's on there too.
Oh, yes.
And it's a lot of quotes like
I'm not really talking about your Instagram.
signs.
9.
Signs you're his dream girl. What is that about? Oh, look at that.
Not your Instagram. I'm talking about your search history.
Oh, yeah.
That would be interesting.
That needs to be buried into the earth.
Like his Google search history.
There's been did y'all not just see this on SNL?
What?
It went viral. We got to post it. It's so funny. There's 3 couples at dinner. And they're all at dinner, and they're like, oh, guys, the girls, we should look at our Instagram search pages. We just did this on the air.
Yeah, we did.
And all the girls like, oh, look at this. And it's like something stupid. And they're like, and all the guys immediately start sweating.
Oh.
And they're like, hey, Bill, why don't you do yours? No, none of the guys want to show their Instagram search page.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
The
One guy
Instagram one's
swallowed
funny.
his phone to get out of it.
Another one, they put it in his
Do
suit.
it.
He's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know where my phone went. Yeah. But the
Just
guys were all
all
panicking.
models.
It's funny.